Hi, I'm Martin Hitchings, and I play by the game code.
We're here with Martin Hitchings, and he has run a seminar today on how to operate a World of WarCraft guild. First of all, Martin, is this your first time at Hal-Con?
It is, yeah. I'm originally from the UK and actually arrived in the country on the 5th of September. But I had heard of Hal-Con before through the Geeks vs. Nerd podcast, so I knew all about it before I came.
So what do you think of the event so far?
I think it's fantastic. I mean, number one, the effort that people go to with all of their costumes, yourself, prime example, it's fantastic, And the fact that it's a place for people with varied interests in this realm can come together and just enjoy themselves. That's brilliant. It's been great.
So you have your guilds or your clans, or depending on the game you play, your legions. It seems like gamers want to, when they play, they want to be a part of a group. They want to be a part of a community. Why do you think that is?
I think that when you do stuff with your friends, it's that much more fun. I mean, I'm 37 years old, so when I was sort of, 10 and 11, I was out with my friends playing games in the park or riding on bikes together. It was a social thing. The fact that a lot of social stuff now you find online with computer games, whether it be Xbox Live, multiplayer, or, as I say, World of WarCraft and things like that, it's a group experience. You don't have to be back by 10 o'clock because you're already home. Do you know what I mean? It's so you can hang out with your friends, you can have fun, you can do things. It's no different to going down the pub with a few friends at the end of the day. It's just that the pub is virtual.
So your panel's called How to Operate a World of WarCraft Guild. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the tips and advice that you're offering up?
Well, as I said, you went to the seminar, as I said, a lot of the information isn't hard and fast. The thing that I try and put forward is how it's important to create a good atmosphere in the guild. And how, when you're building a guild, especially from scratch, it's important not to get disheartened because things take time, and you have to be patient and you have to be willing to keep at it because, the graveyard of World of Warcraft is littered with level 2 guilds where people have given up. So, it's just trying to give people the idea that it's not always going to be that way. It will get better and you just got to stick with it and, have a firm plan of what you want to do and have your roadmap to get there.
So what would you say would be the hardest part about starting a guild in Warcraft?
Probably the recruiting. Unless you have a nice group of friends to start off with, who you're going to create the guild with, it just makes it slower, But again, even if you're playing by yourself, and I may even do this as an experiment, you can still level your guild, even if it's just you playing. But obviously, the more people you have, the quicker it levels. The higher a level gets, the higher it gets, the more people want to join. So it's just the early days, This is like patience.
Playing WoW is pretty time-consuming. I would imagine leading a guild, you got to have a fairly regular presence. How would you recommend a guild leader have like a good life gaming balance between, their personal life and playing WoW and leading a guild?
Yeah, it is a tough thing. From my point of view, I was unemployed, so I had a lot more time on my hands initially, so I was able to spend more time in the game. But most people will already have their gaming habits. And, okay, I would say as a minimum you want to be on once a day, even if it's only for an hour, just to check in, make sure everything's okay. But having the right power structure, having the right people around you and delegating tasks means that you can still play the game and operate the guild and still keep your work life, health, sleep balance. Some people find, the game an obsession. I did for a while myself, I recently got married, so I play a lot less, but it's still there and it's still something I can do, Just make sure that you don't set people's expectations. If you say, I'm going to be on all this time, I'm going to be on all day that day and that day and that, don't. Let them understand when you're on. If you're somebody who works, and single, you most likely be on in the evenings and weekends, If you work and you're married, you might be on most evenings, especially if your wife plays, but you might not be. You might only get a couple of nights a week. But at the end of the day, if you've got the right people as officers to help you run the guild, you'll be fine.
So my guild is the Shadow Wolves of Smolderthorn, and I actually asked my guild leader, Percival, if he had any questions for you. I told him we'd be coming today and speaking with you.
Right.
And he wanted to know, what are some things that you can do, like, when your guild isn't like raiding or leveling? What are some things that a guild can do in their off time to have fun and kind of foster those friendships?
Well, again, setting up little events. What I like to do was have little things going like the weekly lottery, the weekly raffle, but also using the website to have like the little competitions. There are a lot of things you can do in WoW. You can have fishing competitions, You can have, one of the things we did was like a scavenger hunt, where we give people clues to go and find something, or find somebody who was hiding there, just little things. Just be imaginative, engage people. If nothing else, you can always be doing your 5-mans and, you know, helping level the lower levels with quests and stuff like that. But it's just a matter of engagement. When people talk in the guild, even if you're not raiding and you're not actually getting content, if people are enjoying themselves, it doesn't really matter, you know. So engagement and chatting, just be creative.
Is there a way that running a guild has maybe helped you in your real life?
Well, it kind of did, because funnily enough, after losing my job, you know, it's not a nice feeling when you get made redundant, but it gave me something to think about, it gave me something to concentrate on, it gave me something to aim for in terms of wanting to build that guild up and wanting to make it a nice place. And as I say, I had a lot of time on my hands, so, you know, it made me do the website and the weekly blog and the things like that. So, yeah, it kept me out of trouble, basically.
What's your favorite expansion?
Wrath of the Lich King, by far. Definitely.
Well, thanks so much and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.